A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a recent phone call between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, the White House emphasized one key point. Zelensky expressed deep gratitude towards Trump. This call, the first since a previous Oval Office meeting, highlighted a notable trend in Trump's foreign policy approach, an insistence on receiving gratitude from allies. The statement from the White House reiterated Zelensky's thanks multiple times, underscoring Trump's desire for recognition of his efforts in negotiating a ceasefire with Russia. This pattern reflects a broader transactional mindset in Trump's diplomacy, as he appears to view support for U.S. allies not as a foundational aspect of foreign policy, but rather as a favor that warrants acknowledgement. Michael Froman, president of the Council on Foreign Relations, commented on the shift, noting that it diverges from the traditional understanding of international relations. He remarked that while allies are encouraged to bolster their own defenses, U.S. support is also crucial for mutual interests. This marks a departure from the past 80 years of diplomatic norms where support was viewed as a strategic investment rather than a favor. A particularly stark illustration of this dynamic occurred during a meeting in the Oval Office with Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Zelensky. Vance admonished Zelensky, stating, "You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict." Trump's closing remarks to Zelensky were pointed, "You're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing." This insistence on gratitude has implications for how the U.S. engages with its allies and adversaries alike. Notably, when Trump spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin last week, no expressions of gratitude were recorded, suggesting a softer approach towards Russia compared to the demands placed on Ukraine. The expectation of thanks represents a significant shift in U.S. diplomatic relations. While it is common for presidents to seek recognition for military and humanitarian contributions, Trump's approach is characterized by a more public and explicit demand for gratitude. Former President Joe Biden also faced challenges with Zelensky, who frequently sought additional support, but such tensions were typically managed privately. White House officials defended Trump's stance, framing it as a matter of respect. Harrison Fields, a spokesperson, stated, "Every U.S. president should demand that from both allies and adversaries, especially when being asked to contribute billions of taxpayer dollars in their defense." This perspective has drawn criticism from some experts. Corey Sheikh, director of Foreign and Defense Policy Studies at the American Enterprise Institute, argued that Trump treats allies as subjects rather than equals, suggesting that in a transactional global order, humility before the American president is necessary to receive assistance. The trend of foreign leaders expressing gratitude has become more pronounced. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte recently opened his remarks with Trump by saying, "Thank you so much," acknowledging Trump's role in increasing military spending among alliance members. Similarly, during a visit from Irish Prime Minister Michael Martin, the absence of a direct "thank you" was noticeable, though Martin did reference Trump's investment in Ireland, which appeared to please the president. Even members of Trump's cabinet have joined in soliciting expressions of thanks from foreign leaders. Secretary of State Marco Rubio engaged in a social media exchange regarding the provision of Starlink services to Ukraine, emphasizing the need for acknowledgement of U.S. contributions. This demand for gratitude, while perhaps not unprecedented, signals a shift in how the U.S. positions itself on the global stage. Critics argue that this approach fosters a climate where respect is contingent on displays of gratitude, altering the dynamics of international relations. As Trump's presidency continues, the implications of this transactional diplomacy will likely shape the future of U.S. foreign policy and its relationships with allies and adversaries alike. The question remains, how will this demand for gratitude affect the U.S.'s standing on the world stage and its ability to foster cooperative international relationships? Only time will tell as the world watches this evolving diplomatic landscape unfold. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.